Hello everyone. Hope you understand about previous topic. Now we are going to start a new topic. What makes India a federal country? What makes India a federal country means what are the things which made India a federal country? So we have earlier seen how small countries like Belgium and Sri Lanka face so many problems of managing diversity. Earlier we seen how small countries like Belgium and Sri Lanka faces so many problems of diversity and how they are managing with this problem. So what about a vast country like India with so many languages, religions and reasons? So what about India? So what are the power sharing arrangements in our country? So we look this with the constitution. India had emerged as an independent nation after a painful and bloody partition. As you know, India emerged as an independent nation after a painful and bloody partition in 1947. Soon after independence, several princely states become a part of the country. After independence, so many princely states become part of our country. इंडिपेंडेंट के बाद कुछ प्रिंसली स्टेट्स जो थे वह भी इंडिया के पार्ट बन गए, वो आके इंडिया में मर्ज हो गए. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डिक्लेयर्ड इंडिया एज अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट्स. सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में डिक्लेयर किया गया कि इंडिया क्या है, इंडिया एज अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट. क्या है? यूनियन एक है किसकी? स्टेट्स का यूनियन है इंडिया. So although it did not use the word federation, the Indian Union is based on the principle of federalism. तो इसलिए जो यहाँ पे फेडरेशन का वर्ड नहीं किया, इंडिया इज अ फेडरल कंट्री नहीं यूज किया गया, इंडिया एज अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट यूज किया गया. किसकी जगह पे? फेडरेशन की जगह पे. बट जो इंडियन यूनियन है वो किसके प्रिंसिपल पे बेस्ड है? फेडरलिज्म के प्रिंसिपल पे बेस्ड है. जो इंडियन यूनियन है वो कौन से प्रिंसिपल पे बेस्ड है? फेडरलिज्म के प्रिंसिपल पे बेस्ड है. ओके, अगेन आई रिपीट, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डिक्लेयर इंडिया एज अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट्स although it did not use the word federation, and Indian Union based only on the principle of federalism. Let us go back to the 7 features of federalism mentioned above. We see that all these features apply to the provision of the Indian Constitution. In previous topic, we discussed about 7 key features of federalism, and we see how these all key features are applying to the provision of the Indian Constitution. So, the Constitution originally provided for a 2-tier system of government. The Indian Constitution provided 2-tier system of government. First is union government, or we can say it's central government representing the union of India, and the second is state government. Okay, so 2-tier system is in India. One is central government and second is state government. So later a 3rd tier of federalism was added in the form of panchayats and municipalities, and there is also a local government which is called panchayat and municipalities. As in any federation, these different tiers enjoy separate jurisdictions. Like any other federation in India, all levels of government, all tiers of government are enjoying separate jurisdiction. The Constitution clearly provided a 3-fold distribution of legislative powers between the union government and the state governments. In our Constitution clearly provided the distribution of legislative powers between the union government and state governments. Thus, it contains 3 lists. Our Constitution contains 3 lists where the power, the subject, is divided between the union government and state governments. So, Constitution में clearly provide किया गया है 3-fold distribution of legislative powers को, कि legislative powers को कैसे, तो 3 folds हैं उसमें कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया जाएगा. किसके बीच? यूनियन गवर्नमेंट के बीच और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के बीच। ओके, इसके लिए यहाँ पे 3 लिस्ट कंटेन की गई हैं, जिसमें कि कौन सी पावर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स की है वो बताई गई हैं और कौन से पावर्स सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की बताई गई है, कौन किन मैटर्स पे लॉ बना सकता है। यूनियन लिस्ट इंक्लूड सब्जेक्ट ऑफ नेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस सच एज डिफेंस of country, foreign affairs, banking, communication and currency. Union list includes subjects like defense of the country, foreign affairs, banking, communication and currency. They are included in this list. These subjects are included in this list because we need a uniform policy, equal policy on these matters throughout the country. हमने इन matters को डिफेंस, फॉरेन अफेयर्स, बैंकिंग, कम्युनिकेशन एंड करेंसी को इस लिस्ट में क्यों रखा गया है? क्योंकि हमें ज़रूरत है एक यूनिफॉर्म पॉलिसी, मींस एक समान पॉलिसी की इन मैटर्स में, ताकि पूरी कंट्री में ये एक समान रूप से लागू हों। द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट अलोन कैन मेक लॉज रिलेटिंग टू द सब्जेक्ट मेंशन्ड इन द यूनियन लिस्ट। ओनली यूनियन गवर्नमेंट कैन मेक लॉज subjects mentioned in this list. In these subjects which are mentioned in union list, only union government have right to make law about these subjects. Now second, state list contains subject of state and local importance such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. In the state list there is the subjects which are related to local importance of state like police, trade, commerce and agriculture and irrigation. The state government alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in this list. Subject like police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation, only state government have right to make law relating to these subjects. Now next, concurrent list. Concurrent list includes subjects of common interest to both the union government as well as the state government. Subjects which are common interest like education, forest, trade, union, marriage, adaptation and succession. These subjects are come under this concurrent list. Both the union as well as the state government can make law on the subject mentioned in this list. Union government and state government, both governments can make law relating to these subjects. If their law conflict with each other, the law made by the union government will prevail. If there is any conflict between the central government and union government for making law regarding these subjects, so the law which is made by the union government is privilege. उसको मान्यता दी जाएगी जो लॉ किसने बनाया है? यूनियन गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया है। So what about subjects that do not fall in any of these 3 lists? तो उन सब्जेक्ट का क्या होगा जो इन तीनों लिस्ट में नहीं आ रहे? और सब्जेक्ट्स लाइक कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर दैट कम अप आफ्टर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वॉज मेड, और वो सब्जेक्ट जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनने के बाद नॉलेज में आए हैं लाइक कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर, सो व्हाट अबाउट देम? So according to our constitution, the union government has the power to legislate on these residuary subjects. So जो भी सब्जेक्ट आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंट आए हैं लाइक कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर, उनके लिए लॉ बनाने की पावर यूनियन गवर्नमेंट को दी गई है। एंड इन सब्जेक्ट्स को कहाँ रखा गया है? रेजिड्यूरी सब्जेक्ट्स में इनको रखा जाता है। We noted above that most federations that are formed by holding together do not give equal power to its constituent units. हमने पढ़ा था कि इन होल्डिंग टुगेदर फेडरेशंस में सभी constituent units को equal power नहीं दी जाती है। So same as India, all states in Indian Union do not have identical powers. Some states enjoy a special status. Jammu and Kashmir had its own constitution when Jammu and Kashmir was a state. So in that time Jammu and Kashmir has its own constitution. कि जब जम्मू कश्मीर एक स्टेट था तो उसके पास क्या था? एक अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन था। Many provisions of the Indian Constitution are not applicable to this state without the approval of the State Assembly. इंडियन गवर्नमेंट के बहुत से जो प्रोविजंस थे वो यहाँ पे एप्लीकेबल नहीं होते थे जब तक कि स्टेट असेंबली, वहाँ की जो जम्मू एंड कश्मीर की स्टेट असेंबली थी, वो उसे अप्रूवल ना दे. इंडियंस who are not permanent resident of this state cannot buy land or house here. Similarly, special provision exists for some other states of India as well. और इनफैक्ट जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में वो भारतीय जो कि वहाँ के परमानेंट रेजिडेंट नहीं थे वो वहाँ पे लैंड बाय, ज़मीन वहाँ पे नहीं खरीद सकते थे, ना ही कोई वहाँ पे घर वो खरीद सकते थे. सो ये कब था? जब जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एक स्टेट था. ओके, नाउ इट इज़ अ यूनियन टेरिटरी. सो and this type of special powers are also given in some states of India. There are some units of the Indian Union which enjoy very little power. और इंडियन यूनियन में कुछ ऐसी यूनिट्स भी हैं जो बहुत लिटिल पावर enjoy कर रही हैं. These are areas which are too small to become an independent state but which could not be merged with any of the existing states. कुछ एरियाज ऐसे हैं जो कि बहुत छोटे हैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेट बनने के लिए, बट उन्हें किसी स्टेट से मर्ज भी नहीं कर सकते. These areas like Chandigarh, Lakshadweep or the capital city of Delhi are called union territories. These territories do not have the power of a state. तो इन यूनियन टेरिटरीज को क्या है कि एक स्टेट की पावर नहीं है इनके पास. The central government has special powers in running these areas. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ही इन एरियाज को रन करती है. So like other countries holding together federalism, India has also not gave equal power to its constituent units. This sharing of power between the union government and the state government is basic to the structure of the constitution. Power sharing between union government and state government is a basic structure of constitution. It is not easy to make changes to this power sharing arrangement. It is not easy to make any changes on this arrangement. The parliament cannot on its own change in this arrangement. In fact, parliament भी जो है वो अपने आप इसमें कोई भी changes नहीं कर सकती इस arrangement में. If any changes is required, अगर कोई change करना हो, so any change to it has to be first passed. तो उस चेंज को पहले कहाँ पास होना होगा? बाय बोथ हाउसेज ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. पार्लियामेंट के दोनों हाउसेज में. कैसे? विथ एटलीस्ट 2/3 मेजोरिटी, एटलीस्ट 66% ऑफ मेजोरिटी, 2/3 मेजोरिटी से उसे पार्लियामेंट के दोनों हाउसेज में, लोकसभा एंड राज्यसभा में पास होना होगा. देन इट हैज़ टू बी रेक्टिफाइड बाय द लेजिस्लेचर्स ऑफ एटलीस्ट हाफ ऑफ द टोटल स्टेट. और उसके बाद उससे जो लेजिस्लेटिव्स हैं टोटल स्टेट्स के लगभग हाफ स्टेट्स में उसे पास होना होगा. देन द चेंजेस एप्लीकेबल, तब कोई भी चेंज जो है वो होगा. सो अगेन आई रिपीट, फॉर एनी चेंजेस फर्स्टली इट पास्ड बाय बोथ द हाउसेज ऑफ पार्लियामेंट with at least 2/3 majority. Then it will pass by the legislators of at least half of the total states. Then it will pass. Judiciary plays an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provision and procedures. Judiciary एक important role play करती है यह देखने में कि के लिए कि जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो प्रोविज़न दिए गए हैं, जो प्रोसीजर्स दिया गया है, उसको अच्छी तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन उसका हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है. इन केस ऑफ एनी डिस्प्यूट्स अबाउट द डिवीजन ऑफ पावर, द हाई कोर्ट एंड द सुप्रीम कोर्ट मेक अ डिसीजन. इफ देयर इज एनी डिस्प्यूट्स फॉर द डिवीजन ऑफ पावर, सो हाई कोर्ट एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो है इसको शॉर्ट आउट करते हैं, उनमें डिसीजन लेते हैं. The union and state governments have the power to raise resources by laying taxes in order to carry on the government and the responsibilities assigned to each of them. The union government and the state government have power कि वो राइज कर सकते हैं रिसोर्सेज को बाय टैक्सेस, मतलब उनकी पावर होती है कि वो टैक्सेस, न्यू टैक्सेस को इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं किसके लिए, अपनी गवर्नमेंट को चलाने के लिए, कैरी ऑन द गवर्नमेंट एंड अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ को पूरा करने के लिए। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड यूनियन गवर्नमेंट हैव पावर कि वो न्यू टैक्सेस को इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ वी विल रिवाइज द टॉपिक हियर। What make India a federal country? So again, first point is India as a union of state. The Indian Union is based on the principle of federalism. The second, the three-tier system of government. There is 3 levels of government. First is union government, state government and local government. Panchayat in village and municipalities in towns. So third government is local government, which is under state government. Now third point, threefold distribution of legislative powers. First is union list, second state list and concurrent list. Union list, only union government can make law. Subjects like defense, foreign affairs, banking, communication and currency. Second state list, only state government can make law. Subject police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Third is concurrent list. Both the union as well as the state government can make law. If their law conflict with each other, the law made by the union government will prevail. Subjects: education, forest, trade, union, marriage, adaptation and succession. Beside these 3 lists, there is another list, residuary subjects. Subjects which are come after the constitution was made. These type of subjects come under this list, like computer software. Now fourth point, all states in the Indian Union do not have identical powers. Example, union territories and states. So in India there is a holding together federalism. So all states are not having equal powers. Some states are enjoying a special status and special powers, and some are enjoy very little power. So changes in power sharing arrangement, it has to be first, if there is any changes required in power sharing arrangement between the union government and the state government, so it be first passed by both houses of parliament, at least 2/3 of majority. Then it will pass by the legislative of states, at least half of the total states. And then 6, in case of any disputes about the division of power, high courts and the Supreme Court make a decision. The union of states government have the power to raise resource by laying taxes, means the union and state government have right to take taxes. So dear students, hope you all understand about this topic, and you have to do question answer which are related to this topic. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye, take care.